Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to My Two Cents on It. My name is Gerald, aka My Two Cents on It. I figure everybody on YouTube put their 2 cents on it, so I said, hell, why can't I put my 2 cents on it? So
Yes, sir.
now let's go, chop it up. So my channel is about interviews, reviews, commentary on social media, and anything else I feel like putting my 2 cents on. And I've been a lifelong wrestling fan, watching wrestling since 1990, and look for people to collab with. And met a gentleman here who talks about wrestling all the time. He has a channel of his own, Main Event Fire. You should
Yes,
subscribe to his channel as well as mine. So, sir, how you
sir.
doing?
Yes, sir. It's all good, man. It's the main event, Frow. Welcome to the main event. And I chop it up about wrestling, man. WWE mostly. I do a little AEW. Trying to start doing a little Impact. Just started watching that. So hopefully I get the characters right. And I do a couple clips, video clips, slow motion, action, um, cover thing, man. It's in my shorts though. It's in my shorts. Yeah.
All right, absolutely. Sure you see you on the bottom of the page. Subscribe to my channel. It's on YouTube. It's called My 2 Cents on It with the exclamation on the on. So, first we gotta, before we talk about Raw and SmackDown, yesterday, WWE, even though they made a lot of money with the merger with Endeavor and with the sale of the stock market, they still had to find a way to release wrestlers. They released 20 and all. So I'll let you go first. So I want to ask you, what was your most surprising release and least surprising release?
My most was Dolph Ziggler because Dolph Ziggler been putting in a lot of work. He also helped train a lot of people in the back, and so he was like my most shocking release. I'm like, whoa, Dolph Ziggler, and it's really I had like three tops. You know what I'm saying? Because Mustafa Ali, but they did say he asked for his release a while back, so he was surprising though because he got a match at No Mercy down the line, and
Not no
Dana
more.
Brooks got. So yeah, Dana Brooks, man, because she been holding it down for a while, even though her character wasn't all that, but she still was like the pinfall woman. So now somebody got to take her place and take the pinfall. So and my lease was Shanky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they were doing with Shanky, man. I never got into it, into his character, or none of that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I agree with you on the most surprising. Dolph Ziggler has been with WWE since 2004. He's been with WWE almost 20 years. And when he won the
Right.
world title from Alberto Del Rio in 2013, right after WrestleMania, I want to say 29, I mean, that was one of the biggest crowds eruptions I've ever heard a wrestler get for winning the
Man, that
championship.
That was like the best. That was the best moment. I was excited for Dolph Ziggler, and I thought he was gonna have a good run, man. And yeah, they did what they always do, push him to the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I know, he didn't make the top like everybody thought he would, but he was still being with WWE almost 20 years, being a two-time world champion, and everything he's done with the company, he deserved a better set-off than being released among these other wrestlers.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah,
So my least surprising, I still got to go with Mustafa Ali. It's actually they actually he actually first be called Mustafa Ali instead of Mustafa, whatever the reason. But yeah, I'm going with Mustafa Ali. Like last year when he walked out and requested his release, they should have gave it to him then because when he came back, it was obvious from then how he was treated when he came back to Raw with the feud with Austin Theory and the Miz, whatnot. That they don't like him, and they're never gonna give him like a
right.
chance to have his moment in the sun ever. So I wonder why you having this guy. We clearly don't like him. So like
Yeah,
his release was not surprising because they just didn't like the guy. Like I've never seen them treat a guy so such bad since Zack Ryder, and even then. Zack Ryder had moments in the sun when he won the U.S. title, he had the Continental title, and he won the tag title for the
right,
time with Kurt Hawkins. So even Zack Ryder had accolades, championships. Mustafa Ali was never going to get that. The closest he was going to get was WrestleMania 35, but then he got hurt. The Kingston Mania took over. That was
right, right,
his greatest chance of success there. So so you said Shanky. So Vince McMahon was obviously a big fan of him, You can tell who Vince
Yeah,
like, who Triple H like. Triple H really didn't like Shanky. And
right,
pretty much, Vince killed him with the dancing character because this big dude should not be dancing. That just
right. He
killed his
should be,
character.
yeah, he should be knocking folks out, man. And
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I didn't like when he started dancing and stuff. I mean, it caught my interest when he came in as a tag team. Then they pushed him to the dancing gimmick, and I was like, oh man, this guy, he over with. It's over.
he's definitely over with. I mean, other guys they killed was Maximum Male Models. They were talking on the Twitch together how he found out from each other how they got released. We came up with that gimmick. You know, they were dead in the water. Clear as that.
Ah man, they got smashed when as soon as Maxine left.
Yeah, yeah,
I knew
yeah.
it was it. I knew
We
it.
the manager, don't you for another tag team? Yeah, you through. And
Yeah, man, that was wild.
yeah, I also feel bad for Emma and Riddick Moss. You know, they just got engaged in I want to say June or July, and
Right.
then found the same day you released together. So that's sad. And you know,
Yeah,
they the
man. And
broke.
she was and Emma was really excited about the Australia Elimination Chamber. And they
Yes,
released her, man, right after her tweet. They say right after her tweet, she found out she was released, and she had to post like 10 minutes after her tweet that she been released. So yeah, that was upsetting, man. And Emma, she really good, man. But I don't see why they released her. And Matt Cat Mouse, he could have been something if they would have made him into something.
see what it was. Vince McMahon was actually a fan of his. And Vince McMahon, you know, when he had the feud against Baron Corbin, and he had one of the matches against Baron Corbin. That was him, you know, getting that push. When Triple H took
Right.
over, Triple H obviously wasn't a big fan of him, so he scaled back on that push. You notice
Okay.
after Karrion Cross had came back, he had beat Riddick Moss in a few matches. The Bears are pretty bad. I
Oh
think he put a
yeah,
bag on his
yeah,
head or something like that. Was Triple H
yeah.
basically buried him in. Yeah, so
Wow.
so that was it for them. Also, as well, we're talking about Shelton Benjamin. You know, I think Shelton Benjamin
Oh
is
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
hell of a talent, man. He's a hell of a wrestler. Like if he had just learned to talk, he would be a multi-time world champion and for sure a bona fide Hall of Famer. I think he is
Right.
now, but he would have been like top line Hall of Famer as a single. You know, I think he could do it all. I think he also deserved better.
Yeah, they could have left him. He could have been a trainer. I mean, he's a good trainer too. So he could have been training up the young talent if they're not
Yes,
gonna use him on TV. So, you know, I hate it for Shelton, man. He had big things to go.
yeah, you're right. I was actually thinking a few weeks ago, him and Charlie Haas could have had one more run as world greatest tag team to finish out their careers together. And then
Mm.
you know, just come to this is bad.
The good thing about the releases is that they got somewhere to go. Because AEW had Impact still floating around, you know what I'm saying? So they do got places to go.
Also, as
And that
well, NWA they also do a little something as well.
okay.
They on
NWA.
YouTube. They on YouTube. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So
okay.
yes,
I had to check them out.
yeah, yeah. Shoot
Yeah,
about Impact. I haven't seen Impact since 2013, which was
man.
crazy.
Impact been. I think the last time I watched it before I started back watching it, I think Bubba Ray was burning somebody or something. Somebody got burned backstage. I set somebody on fire.
Yeah, I think he was
But
actually a Bully Ray.
yeah, Bully Ray.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I ain't seen that
yeah,
since
man.
I ain't seen that since man, 2013. Yeah, but yeah, it's disappointing. Even though they're making money hand over fist, they feel the need to release wrestlers. I mean, as well as people backstage, people out of a job, just to make
Right.
a tenth of a point on the stock market, which is just sad.
Hey,
But that's
but
business.
you know, yeah, it's business and it got to happen. And they really released people that wasn't doing nothing with anyway, so they give them something to go do.
Yeah, it does. It does sucks for the wrestlers. Who I'm sure a lot of you, like I said, are with somebody have kids to take care of, so it's unfortunate. But I appreciate, like you
Right,
said, they're
right.
gonna bounce back with AEW and Impact and NWA.
Oh
Also, as well
yeah.
Japan. You also as well as go to
Oh
Japan
yeah,
too.
yeah. Japan. Yep. That what Sasha Banks did.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she was going to
And
AEW soon enough.
oh yeah. And Dolph Ziggler brother in AEW too. So
Yes,
they may pair them up. Then you got Edge. We don't know if he resigned or not. So he may go to AEW too.
They may, it's fortunate WWE, making all this money. They're not coming to terms with Edge and LA Knight, and I believe Sheamus as well. Like, you can afford to pay these guys to ask for. They're asking for a little bit over 7 figures. They all deserve it. So I don't know
Right,
why
right.
they're trying to lowball somebody when you make a head over fist. It's absurd to
Yeah,
me.
I guess they're trying to pay the Rock.
The Rock make enough.
They trying to get the money to pay him to come in.
Yeah, they fine because I read what some of the executives got for the bonus. I read that Nick Khan, he's the president. He made 15 million off this deal, and
Dang.
Vince made some millions, and Kevin Dunn made some millions. Triple H made
Yeah,
some millions too. So so it ain't like they anybody backstage broke.
right,
It's the
right.
wrestlers, the one with the talent should be getting the money
Should
too
be
as
getting the
well.
money. Yeah, they got to get paid too.
We're the ones that we come to see and watching on TV. The ones that see it on TV. Us some
Right,
executives
putting their
talk
bodies on the line.
the meeting. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. So we're going to pivot over to Raw, and I do believe Raw does have a lot of people say the world title was a consolation surprise. I don't see it that way because like it's good to have another world title that isn't held by Roman, who takes off 3 months at a time, and it's held by Seth Rollins. And I fail to recall a time Roman Reigns has beaten Seth Rollins 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Maybe he has,
he,
but I
nah,
just
he
can't.
he he ain't beat Self yet.
And Seth has beat him for the WWE Championship on 2 occasions: WrestleMania
Right,
31, Money in the Bank 2016. So Seth, I'm gonna say he has Roman number, but he's beaten for 2 world titles. So it's held by a
right.
man who is very credible in my eyes, Seth Rollins. It's fortunate that he has a bad back, and he's doing what he can with Suzuki Nakamura. I think it's a okay feud. It's obviously he's gonna beat Suzuki for good at Fastlane. So let me ask you: after he beats Suzuki at Fastlane to finish their issue, who do you see stepping up to face Seth afterwards?
Oh man, it's I think they're gonna give Ricochet a shot at the title, not on a pay per view, but maybe on a Raw night. And I think he's gonna face Ricochet before he get his next match. And his next match looks like it's gonna be Drew McIntyre. That's what they're looking like,
Yeah,
man. They they
yeah.
uh they they working their way right now. They're working their way to turn the Drew heel. As you see what happened, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to help the good guy, but he didn't want to help the good guy. Um, Matt Riddle is out the picture for some reason. That's who we supposed to did the heel turn on. And since Riddle out the picture, they got to use another source, which it seems like Jay Uso gonna be the source to turn him heel, which is not a that's gonna be the better source than Matt Riddle anyway, because I don't really think everybody really just digging Matt Riddle without RKO.
You're absolutely right. Another reason they don't trust Matt Riddle because he has a lot of issues outside the ring. He refuses to, like take care of. He's had an issue at the airport in New York City. Talking about somebody was touching him. Like he just can't stay out the news outside of wrestling. So that's why they're never gonna push him or take him seriously
Right,
again, unless Randy Orton's around. And
right.
Randy Orton bothers to come back and team with him, feud with him to do him a favor. But yeah, you mentioned Ricochet and then Drew McIntyre. That sounds like the plan. What I would do is I would have Seth Rollins and Gunther fight at the Royal Rumble title for title, and then
Wow.
let them both get there, just to finish that title to be for that title for title match at the Royal Rumble. That's what I would do, and then I would have Gunther win the world title from Seth at the Royal Rumble.
To
It's
be a
need to be
double champion?
well well yeah, then he would let go of the Intercontinental
Okay,
title,
he'll drop it. Okay.
and then it'd be a tournament.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
so yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I figured there's a need to wait for WrestleMania to give Gunther the world title. There's no need to, he's a heel and he deserves a moment to have that world title coming to him as soon as possible. I think that should be at the Royal Rumble.
Right, right. I think it'd be better if he win it at WrestleMania.
Well,
Um,
for a face, yeah, but a heel ain't got to win the world title. Win that title WrestleMania. It's better for
or a face to win it.
yeah at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. Yeah, like a heel with the title anytime. So that's why I said the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
then
That sounds like a plan though. It sounds like it'll be nice.
yeah, of course, it's what they decided to do. But I think my plan sounds pretty good too. And then of course,
Yeah.
of course going to pivot to Gunther and the Intercontinental title. Obviously, he's going to be facing Tommaso Ciampa because
Oh
Chad
yeah.
Gable he lost to Bronson Reed, so Chad Gable has a setback. So Ciampa's going to step up to face Gunther. I believe in Fastlane. I'm pretty sure that he was going to beat Ciampa, but it's going to be a real physical match.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be real physical. And I also thought like, okay, Tommaso going after Gunther. Then you got Brunson Reed going after Gunther too. And they may do a triple threat match.
Yeah, they might.
You know,
I do
they
not want to. I do not want to see Bronson Reed and Gunther 1-on-1. Two heels should not go 1-on-1. Like
right.
I'm coming. I'm, I'm old school, and now like two heels should not go 1-on-1 because who are the fans gonna cheer for?
They
So
they they known for doing what Triple H known for doing it, but the heel versus heel dynamic is really just bringing in like
yeah,
it,
I,
it bring in like a you don't know who to cheer for, but it bring in a different type of match. You know what I'm
here
saying?
versus here, most people gonna
So
sit on their hands. Just let them meet each other and stay in the silence. Now, two faces go 1-on-1 because they like both guys.
it's
It's gonna be
respectful
energetic,
match.
but yeah. But two heels, no. So I do agree. The other
Yeah,
way, Bronson Reed should get a title shot if it's a triple threat or a fatal four way. But him, Gunther,
yeah,
1-on-1, no.
yeah. I That's what I'm thinking. They're gonna try to twist it, turn it to a triple threat. I mean, all three guys, the hard hitters, real good in the ring, and just I can just imagine in my head the collision, the impact they'll be sparking inside the ring together.
Yes. So speaking of Chad Gable and Bronson Reed, I believe that Chad Gable is going to focus his attention on beating the Bronson Reed. He may lose to Bronson a time or two, but I think he's going to eventually beat Bronson. It may take him a minute, but he's going to do it. So that's his immediate goal right now. So take it to
Oh
Bronson
yeah,
Reed. So
yeah.
Monday, Bronson Reed is going to face Otis in the battle with the big boys. I think he's going to take down Otis, and Chad will come back at him, and then we'll see from there.
Oh yeah, man, dude, that's gonna be a break the ring. Yeah, destroy the ring. They need to make the ring collapse this time. You know what I'm saying? Got two big guys in the suplex off the top rope. The ring collapse because we
Yes.
haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, since Braun Strowman did the Big Show a few years back. Yes,
Right.
it has been something.
Oh
So yeah.
yeah.
So as we go down the championship scope, we're gonna go to the tag titles. Tag champions, Senior Money in the Bank,
Ooh.
Damian Priest and Finn Balor. They're going to face Monday night. They're going to give Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens a rematch for the tag titles. Who do you have on Monday?
Judgment Day retains. Um, it's gonna be a lot of conflict. You know, we're gonna have JD getting involved again. We're gonna have Dum Dum getting involved again. Then we also gonna have Jay Uso trying to come out and help to prove himself to KO, and Jay Uso gonna actually be the one that caused them the match, which gonna spark a fire with KO and the Jay Uso feud. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna plant some seeds right there.
No, actually, Dominic is going to defend the championship against Dragon Lee on Raw.
He defended against Dragon Lee, but
On Monday,
hey,
yes, on Monday Raw.
that
So
that that never stopped Dawn from coming out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
I mean,
I think he's either going to be getting prepared for the match, just be in the back after lose the match because I feel he's going to lose to Dragon Lee. Now that Mustafa Ali's been released, and
right?
obviously the plan all along was for Dragon Lee to be the next North American champion because I knew there was no
Yeah,
way you could give
yeah. He's
Mustafa
supposed to
Ali the
be the
title
champion,
at all, so it wasn't going to happen. So I guess they're just going to give Dragon Lee the title on Monday, then have it be Dom in the rematch at No Mercy. Then Dragon Lee will go on to have a long reign as North American champion at NXT. Dominic will stay and then we the Judgment Day, being Judgment Day business. That's what he'll do.
right? Okay, so you think Dragon Lee gonna take? I
Yeah, I
think
mean, I thought even when Ali was still around, he was going to be the champion eventually. But now that Ali's gone for good, that Dragon Lee can win the title and have the reign, the long title
yeah,
reign. But as for the tag title match, uh, it's pretty obvious that Damian Priest is going to lead Judgment Day eventually. So
Yeah, yeah,
I never saw him and Finn Balor having a long title reign. So I think they're going to drop the belts back to Zayn and Owens, and this will begin the process of Priest leaving, and I guess Finn Balor finally getting his boy JD McDonough in the Judgment Day. That's been his plan. So I guess the other members haven't been agreed to it, but I guess him and Priest further butt heads and lose the belts. And they're gonna put in McDonough, and Priest can leave with his win the bank briefcase, make his move to cash in on the world title when he sees fit.
yeah,
And say the Owens will
yeah.
go on to regain the belts because, like, I don't want to pivot over to SmackDown, but it's obvious that the Street Profits are going to get a shot at the belts,
Yeah,
and they want so bad to be this group to be healed, so I was going to face Zayda Owens for the belts eventually.
eventually. But since that's the thing about Street Profits. Since they they failed their attempts to turn them heel, so they remain as a face. And since they remained as a face, that was the reason to switch the titles over to Judgment Day, right? So
I
Street
think
Profits, Street Profits gonna face Judgment Day down the line.
I think they insisted on making this group here. What they need to do, if they are so insistent on Bobby Lashley's group being here, they need to reunite him with MVP and Almost. So that'd be, to be Bobby Lashley, Almost the Street Profits, the wrestlers, MVP the
Right.
manager. But MVP doing most of the talking, everybody will get the point. This group meant to be healed. This will be the Hurt Business 2.0. Everybody get the point then.
Yeah.
See, everybody's
Yeah.
everybody's trying to realize what I know for years. I know we can't pick up the fact that real quick, but everybody known for years that Bobby Lashley is the real deal, and everybody's saying that
Yeah.
the Street Profits have changed over. Their have changed. Their makeover. They've been the same team for years, so everybody's happy
Right.
that they changed. They to the Almighty. They've become this new badass tag team. They got a new leash on life, and everybody likes that. They got a leash on life. So they do the same old. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why they'd be a cheer. So we not even MVP and almost. Everybody get the point. This is meant to be a heel group. But let's just try to stay on wrong. But yeah, I think Zeta Owens will regain the belts to
Right.
eventually face the Street Profits, who hopefully they can figure out to put an MVP and almost. So everybody know that they're meant to be a heel group. And eventually Bianca Belair when she returns will go to that group as well, I believe too. But yeah,
Yeah.
so now we're on to the women's championship. So basically, everybody's at the mercy of Nia Jax.
Ah, man.
It's kind of funny because last Monday, when Piper Niven walked out the ring when she was staring at Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, she just walked out,
Yeah.
and I said out loud, Nia Jax would never walk away from two women. She would just take them both out. And then, lo and behold, the women's championship match between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, Nia makes a return, takes out both women. And then during, the the tag match between the tag champions and Baszler and Stark, Jax comes out and takes them out. So now Jax is taking out everybody and anybody. And,
Right.
I'm for it because I've always been a fan of Nia Jax. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
she isn't the best wrestler. She probably isn't the safest wrestler, but she's mean. She makes an impact, and you can't help but notice.
Right.
She has a
Yeah.
presence. They say in wrestling you have a presence, and Nia has a presence.
She do have a presence. And when she step through, you gonna know who she is. You know it's about to go down. She somebody finna get slung across the ring and somebody finna get sat on. You
Yeah,
know.
when Piper Niven, they wanted her to be the next Nia Jax, but they realized she'll
Right.
never be that. So that's why so let's bring Nia back. She would never be what Nia is. Let's just bring
Right.
Nia back. So that's why Nia's back because Piper Niven is not the Nia Jax 2.0. She's Nia Jax negative 2.0. So that's why Nia's back
Right.
dominating.
See, Piper Niven is her own character. Like, like in the Indies, she was her own character. But like you said, they tried to make her like the next Nia Jax. But you got to have Piper being who she normally is. You know what I'm saying, to make it work. But Nia Jax coming back, I'm excited about that. She squashing people. She looks like she's next up for the women's, getting a shot at the women's title, and that's gonna be a good hard hitting match. So let's see, can Rhea Ripley pick her up?
I believe she can. But before, but, I'm gonna say this: it's obvious that Rhea is gonna be the champion all the way to next year's WrestleMania. So she's
Yes,
gonna.
sir.
So we're not even gonna question whether she'll beat Nia Jax or anybody else to next year's WrestleMania. Let's just talk about Raquel Rodriguez real quick. This is,
Yeah,
a big woman. I like watching her wrestle, but it's obvious that she's missing something to take her to that next level, something that makes her connect to the fans. Like I don't know what they need to do to make her, make people, realize what they see backstage that she's something special. Maybe
yeah,
reveal that she's Braun Strowman's girlfriend. Maybe that might help. Maybe have her just real personality, but it's something that she's missing.
yeah. It's the character, man. I really think she need a manager. You know what I'm saying? To spark the interest in an interesting manager to lead her, because she like you said, she missing something, and I think it's just the character missed it. She's not sparkable. I don't think she does. It shows her back, and even Rhea Ripley got her back. She can show that. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make it more interesting, just showing your back. So they just need to get her a gimmick change, or either a manager.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yeah, she needs somebody to talk for her. Maybe she
Really
might.
do.
Maybe the Miz might need to retire, so I managed a few clients. I might help some people out.
I mean, you got to think about when Raquel and Liv were tagging. She was seeing a bright light because Liv did most of the talking. So
Yes.
there you go. She get her a manager, man.
Yes, you're right about that. Also, as well, another champion on Raw, Becky Lynch, the new NXT Women's Champion. Tiffany Stratton. I mean, nice looking woman. I like looking at her, but I knew
Yes,
when
sir.
she, I knew when she stepped to Becky Lynch, I knew she was gonna lose her title. I don't know why she would do that, but that's exactly what happened. I think she's gonna get it back eventually, but I think in the meantime they want Becky to have the title on Raw to face young up and coming talent. I'm not trying to be like a smart person who knows all the ins and outs, but I did read that she was supposed to face Tegan Knox, which would have been a
Right,
good idea, but somebody decided to have Natalia,
right.
50-year-old Natalia, come in the back and come out. I like, I mean, I like Natalia. I mean, she's a hell of a wrestler, of course. She's a heart, but
Yeah,
I think it's time for Natalia to retire and become a trainer backstage, help the ladies. I think
I think the same
her
thing.
her being a wrestler, being on camera, I think her time is coming on. She needs to be a trainer and retire. Like when she came out, I was like, oh, it's Natalia. She'll put on a good match, but ultimately lose.
I said the same thing. Man, Natalia. I thought I was gonna get somebody from NXT or somebody from what that NXT level up.
So
I thought,
somebody new for NXT, like
yeah.
Tegan Knox, Indy Hardware, or Candice LeRae.
Oh man,
I'm sorry,
they
Candice LeRae. Somebody like that. But
yeah. And then
Natalia,
they told when I heard about that, like they said it was gonna be Tegan. I was like, yeah, that would have been very good for Tegan. I don't know why they ain't high on Tegan. I guess because her injuries, she get injured a lot. But
no,
still, she
they just feel it's been 2 months since we seen Natalia. I guess they figured that we missed her, but we
they
didn't.
said they said and they did say with Natalia, she put in a double work at the shift because Becky couldn't make it
Yeah, yeah,
due to
yeah.
due to traveling
Yeah, over there,
issues,
over there in India 2 weeks ago. Today,
and they
she
wanted to
wrestled. She wrestled Zoe Stark, and she wrestled Rhea Ripley for the title. I mean,
I
Natalia is a
mean,
veteran. I mean, she knows what to do. But
but
that was
still though, they said they rewarded her with that match. Y'all rewarded her to lose.
and
I didn't
and you
understand it.
punished us. And you punished us for want to see something different and see say more Natalia.
Exactly.
No offense to Natalia,
Exactly.
but say more Natalia.
It wasn't her time. She could have held out. She done had plenty moments.
Natalia had
She
all the
could
time in the world. Like her time is up. That's what I'm saying. Her time is up.
exactly. Yeah, I ain't like that. After I heard the news, I was disappointed. Like, oh man, so it really supposed to be new talent coming to face Becky. Like, what
I
Becky
think
trying to do with the belt?
I think they'll get it right this Monday, and then a few months from now on, when she'll face your talent, I think they got the point. Now that the Titans can't her last moment of the sun, hopefully, she'll face
Yeah.
she'll face new talent from now on. So
So Becky losing the belt though. Um, the person I think that's gonna take the belt off of Becky Lynch is Laura Valkyria.
No, I think it's gonna lose a match to Tiffany Stratton. I think it's gonna be either outside interference or triple threat. I think Tiffany Stratton will get the belt back, and then she'll lose it to the lady who you mentioned eventually
Lyra.
down the line.
She's supposed to been up there though, but it is what it is. I guess they it's long storytelling.
Yeah, like I said, I really don't watch NXT. I mean, only reason I read into a little bit is because they have to have WWE wrestlers down there in it because Vince McMahon messed it up so much. So they had to have WWE
Right.
wrestlers involved, for the ratings to make things interesting. So
To
that's
boost the
why they,
ratings, yeah, they
yeah,
boost the ratings back up.
that's why they had Baron Corbin down there. That's why Lee was down there. That's why Dana Brooke was down there. So
Right.
that's why two WWE wrestlers hold championships down there because Vince McMahon ruined it so much.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But yeah, so anything else I wrong that interests you?
Uh Not too much, man. Not too much. It's a lot of story. It's a lot of storylines going on that I'm just waiting to see what happens. Other than Jay Uso still in a twist, he's in a twist. He's in the middle. He gonna be in. I hate that he's gonna be in this middle of the Judgment Day marathon. You know what I'm saying? Every week we got to see Jay Uso face somebody from Judgment Day, and I don't think that's good for Jay because he should be facing other competitors, boosting up his single competitor status. And that's the only thing I really don't like about the Raw right now. He gonna be
I,
stuck in between it.
you know what? I think if you ask Jay Uso in character, out of character, I think he is happy to be on Raw, waiting for SmackDown and the Bloodline saga. Let's pivot over to SmackDown. I know Jay is happy as hell to be on Raw. I will be too. I mean, I like the Bloodline saga, but it is going on and on and on. So
Yeah.
let's talk with the Bloodline saga. You got it's funny with the Usos. For years, I couldn't tell them apart. Now I can tell them apart. You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Jay Uso is an independent man who stands on his own 2 feet, and that's why the
Right.
fans led to him. He's heart and soul. Jimmy Uso, on the other hand, is how should I say this? He is a dependent coward who can't stand on his own 2 feet. Because him trying to rejoin the bloodline after they put him on the shelf to get in Jay for the championship match at SummerSlam is stupid. And I ain't. Well, you know what? Him cause his brother the championship is stupid, and now him trying to rejoin the bloodline is even stupider. So
Right.
every time I see Jimmy, I just shake my head. I'm like, you like, how's your brother such a man and you just like fail compared to him in every way possible. I shake my head every time I see
they
him. He
they
has the
really
nerve
messed up.
has the
They
nerve
messed
to
it
say
up.
to John Cena. I'm like, at least John Cena can stay on his own 2 feet. You can't even do that.
Right.
What's your
And
thoughts on Jimmy?
Jimmy Uso, man, is a complicated character at the moment. So right now, what they done is they missed the character up because he turned on Roman over because you scared that your brother gonna take over the tribal chief, and that's your excuse, which is not a real reason to do it. Now you're going back to the bloodline because you said because Jay said you was out. You said you never said it out your own mouth, but you showed it though. You know what I'm saying? But you showed you was out by super kicking Roman Reigns. So what they're doing now is this why I don't mind Roman Reigns taking time off. I don't mind him taking time out because it gives Jimmy and Solo. Well, Solo already established because he's a silent assassin, right? So that saves everything with him saying nothing. Just he talk with his face, and Jimmy, it gives Jimmy time to find himself. You know what I'm saying? Like he got to get established, and in order for Jimmy to get established, you have to take the eyes of attraction away. So it's a good thing for Jimmy if he utilize it right.
Well,
I
he's
don't know
not.
if he gonna.
He's not.
Yeah,
Every time I see him on camera, I shake my head. I'm like,
it
I
ain't
don't like
working.
seeing him. But I don't like seeing Jay. I don't like seeing him. Like he could have stayed off as the
Yeah,
heat they gave
it's
him.
not working with Jimmy. And right now though, like the character he playing, the cowardly character he playing, it's okay. It's okay. It's not top notch like Jay Uso. It's not top notch, but just seeing
It
him
don't
be a
compare to Jay
coward,
in any way.
it's just you could just say it established a different character to the roster. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you due to the fact that it's Jimmy Uso, we got high expectations. You know what I'm saying? So we got high expectations. So the character we see now is not the character we into. But like with me, I'm like, what Jimmy just turned to a extra character on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? A cowardly character.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of. What they could have done was they could have had him be here. Obviously, they want to do Jimmy and Jay at WrestleMania 40.
WrestleMania.
So what they could have done was have Jimmy be here, be independent of the bloodline, be here on his own, wrestle matches every now and then, bait Jay for months for a match, till Jay finally agrees to wrestle him at WrestleMania. That would have been fine. But the way his character is sucking back up after the bloodline, trying to rejoin them, is just stupid in my opinion. That's why I don't like watching him as a character. And let's stick with the bloodline, I guess, because like the the top thing right now is to have a rematch between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, and Cody finally finishing the story at next year's WrestleMania. I'm irritated because he could have finished the story at this year's WrestleMania, and I don't want to see Cody and Roman again. I'd rather see Roman Reigns either fight The Rock or either fight Solo Sikoa. I don't want to see him fight Cody Rhodes again because I know this time Cody's going to win the belt. I'd rather see
Right.
Roman fight somebody new because I don't know the outcome. He fights Cody again. I know Cody's going to win, and I'm
Right.
irritated because Cody should have won last year. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, man. See this right here. This the part that I don't really like. Interesting, but I don't like it. Cause like you said, the Cody go to WrestleMania. We know what time it is. I'd rather see The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, but they want Cody to finish the story. Like, oh man,
He
this
should have finished it this year. Should have finished it this year, April
and
2nd, 2023. He
so
should
what
have
they
finished
gonna
it
do
this
with The
year.
Rock? You know what I'm saying? So if
I mean, if the
they
Rock is
got it
bad,
in,
if the Rock agrees, it's gonna be Rock Roman. But if Rock doesn't agree, I want it to be Roman and Solo Sikoa. I do not want to see
right,
him fight Cody because I know Cody's gonna win the belt.
win the
He should have
belt,
he should have
yeah.
won this year. So that's why I rather see Solo if Rock cannot make it.
See, that's
That's gonna
oh
irritate me.
man.
I
See,
mean,
see,
cause I
they
ain't gonna
can
watch
have
the
the
match. I ain't gonna watch the match. 'Cause I know it's gonna win.
they can they can have The Rock versus Roman at Survivor Series. They could do that, and then Cody versus Roman at
You know they're not gonna do that. You know
WrestleMania.
if Rock agrees, it's gonna be a WrestleMania. It's gonna be what all eyes can see. Because WrestleMania for them is for the casual fans, as well as the diehard fans. So they want all eyes as possible on that.
Right, right. Yeah, you're right about that, man. I mean, I I, I don't know which way they're gonna take it, man, because they do want Cody to finish the story. So
You
if
should have
if the
finished it
Rock
this year,
do
though. That's irritating.
if the Rock agrees, then it's gonna be Cody versus Self again, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Cody versus Self again. This will be their fourth match, and then Self got to win it. He can't win. He can't lose four in a row.
I think they're done because Cody won 3-0. What can you do for 3-0?
He can't get that 4-0 over Self,
No, no, no,
man.
no.
That's
No. I think they're done fighting. I think they're done fighting for good. I mean,
okay.
3-0 is
Okay.
it. You,
Yeah,
you beat
right.
the guy. You beat the guy 3 times in a row. I mean, that's it.
Right.
You're
Right.
swept.
Like
I mean, you're swept. I think they're done with Cody Self for good.
I mean, they can write the story and
I
be
just
like,
have, if that's the case, then Cody's going to have to fight Gunther for the world title. And I think Cody be fine with that.
ah,
He can already
yeah,
finish the story on
they
Gunther.
can,
He go ahead,
they
go
can,
ahead and do that.
he can do that, but that ain't the belt he going for though. It's like
He'll
they
win
keep
the
saying,
championship eventually.
oh man, that's why I don't like it, that The Rock came back like that. I mean, I like it, but
I
it's
don't like
like
that they let Cody finish the story this year. That's what I don't like. He should have finished it this
right,
year.
he should have finished it this year.
And
Like
then, and then, if he failed, or if he felt like giving Roman the belt back, he by now he'd had the belt back by now if you wanted to.
he
But at
would have had
least
the
Cody,
belt at some. He could have
at
won it
least,
back at SummerSlam.
but at least Cody has could have finished the story.
Exactly. But they wanted to do that. They try to get Cody to Daniel Bryan. You know,
There's only one Daniel Bryan. Like Daniel Bryan's one of
exactly.
a kind.
They tried to. They trying to redo it. They try to
What's that?
rehash it through Cody, but it ain't working. So is Cody getting traded though? Like, is he getting traded?
SmackDown is getting somebody, and that somebody should be Cody. It should be Cody going over to SmackDown because
Right.
like If uh if not Cody, then I guess they can bring the Miz over. SmackDown does need one more person of interest over
If they
there.
bring the Miz over, then they bring the Miz over. We know the Miz gonna connect with Austin Theory and Jason Waller, Grayson Waller.
Yeah, he's done with LA Knight. He did his job at LA Knight, but yeah, he will be interested on SmackDown.
Yeah, I would think if Brunson Reed may be traded over, and
No, they
either
like Bronson
Brunson,
Reed on Raw.
they
They
like
like
him on
him on Raw.
Raw.
I wouldn't
I
know.
was thinking
They do.
him.
They do. That's why he's gonna stay on Raw. It's gonna
Okay,
be it's gonna be somebody that can maintain the artist's interests and wrestle. Somebody that can be a major player. So it's gonna be
right.
Cody to be somebody on the upper to mid echelon. Bronson Reed still trying to get established.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Oh, man,
yeah,
that's a tough one right there. But I think Cody's. I think that's the announcement he been trying to make for the last 2 weeks,
yeah. I think he
and
should go to SmackDown.
he never could make the announcement because Judgment Day always interrupt him.
Yeah,
So I think that's the announcement he trying to make. They just holding out on it.
yeah. I guess so too. So we're gonna slide on down to the United States Championship. I think we both know where this is going. Santos Escobar and the LWO is going to turn
Yeah,
on Rey
Rey
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Santos will win the title, and they're going to go back to their old name. I forgot what they were called for the LWO. What they call themselves?
I forgot what they called themselves. And time when they came from NXT, right?
Yes, yes.
I forgot. They were so lowballed. I don't even
Yeah.
know the other two guys' name.
Cruz del Toro and damn, it's Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wild. That's
Okay,
the other two guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They really don't win much matches, but if they could beat Santos back up, help him win the title, they could at least be somewhat valuable.
that'll
And also,
bring some. That'll bring like attraction towards Santos if he turned on Ray because right now, he's not getting the audience attention like they
that's the
thought
play.
he
I mean,
would.
that's the only player it can be. That's the only player it can be. And I
Right.
think now, if I was the booker, of course I'm gonna have Santos with the title for Ray, have the feud, and have Santos beat Ray in a retirement match. So Ray can go off in retirement because next year Ray's gonna be 50. I think like
Oh yeah.
Dominic. Dominic's doing fine on his own with Judgment Day. He's established, so he did his
Right.
job. Him and the son get established. Ray's about to be 50. I think it's time that Ray goes back home to his wife. He obviously
Oh
still loves
yeah.
his wife. His daughter. He's spent more time with his wife and daughter, and so just
Oh
enjoy
yeah.
his life. And I think the group of Santos, Joaquin Wild, Cruz Toro, and Steven Vega, they'll be fine. I think Santos will
Oh yeah.
be he'll be the U.S. champion that Austin Theory should have been. He'll be interested heel champion with him
Right.
wrestling
Right.
and with him wrestling and as a leader talking. He'll be Santos Escobar will be Steven Vega's new Andrade, even though he can't talk for himself in Escobar, but having leader talk for him while he wrestles, that's gonna be a money. And I think
Oh
Santos
yeah.
will be U.S. champion for a good 8-9 months.
Yeah. At least up to WrestleMania, he should be.
I don't know.
De-
Past
depend
WrestleMania.
dependent de-
Past WrestleMania.
depending. It depended though how he get the crowd reaction too. But anybody turn on Rey Mysterio gonna get the crowd reaction. So
Exactly. And if he also as well pull out his mask, try to unmask him too, that's gonna also get him some
oh
attention as
yeah.
well. Yeah. So
So yeah, it's time for Ray to sit down. I believe his last match is at WrestleMania against Dum Dum, and him losing to Santos will bring a lot of crowd heat to Santos. He
yeah.
go heel. Rey Mysterio, I think is in the works. I'm not for sure, but it was rumors. It's not been official that Angel Garcia and Roberto is gonna come up to join the LWO. So they may join Rey Mysterio after the turn.
No, actually, what leaders should do is have them two be her tag team. They'll be a better tag team than the other two guys who can't seem to do much of anything. So
Oh
if
yeah,
she
or Santos may replace them. Yeah, that
right,
can happen too.
if Selena can get Angel Humberto Austin Theros be her tag team, but Santos be a single. Then she have a real good stable, and I think she'll be working with something.
Oh
Cause,
yeah, they'll be
yeah,
definitely working with something
yeah,
then.
yeah. The other two guys can win much anything. I mean, the Street
Man,
Profits
they
beat them for
yeah.
what 3 minutes last week. That
Every
was
time
quick.
they every time they have a match, I go squash. Squash match.
And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beat them in 2 minutes a few weeks ago. So yeah, so they can't have much anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna slide down. So we mentioned earlier that the Street Profits, I believe, gonna be next in line to face Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the tag titles. The Almighty Bobby Lashley, he'll wrestle eventually. I know he's enjoying being in suits, but he will wrestle eventually, and he would go for
Ah,
Roman in sometime in the
yeah.
next few months.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I think they need one more wrestler. Like I said, like I mentioned, they need to reunite him with MVP. So that'll be her business 2.0, Bobby Lashley, almost the Street Profits, MVP, the managers. And that way, everybody get the point. This is a heel stable. This is a new version of her business, a better version of her business. And
Right.
then there'll be a business even longer than the old version.
I think the hurt business. Well, I think Bobby Latt the soup. Did they come up with a name yet? I think they call him the soup business or something.
Nah,
I don't
nah,
I don't know
ain't
what
no
they
name
call
yet.
them.
I
Okay,
call it her
okay.
business 2.0. This is a better version.
Hurt business 2.0.
The Street
Okay,
Profits are, a hell of a tag team. But it's not like Shep Benjamin and
right.
Shep Alexander. Street
The
Profits
added
are
the
a
next
bona fide
character,
tag team.
the next person to join up is Carmelo Hayes.
Well, right now he's still the NXT champion. Right now, I
He's
think
he's he's coming though. He coming.
he's gonna be champ for
Dragon
a year.
Dragonall gonna defeat him. He's gonna
Oh,
be defeated. Dragonall gonna be NXT champion. Carmelo getting called up to join Bobby Lashley.
okay, okay,
That's my theory. You know what I'm
all
saying?
right.
So,
You
but
watch
they already.
NXT, so I don't. I take your
Oh
word on
yeah,
that. Yeah, I'll
yeah.
take
They
your word
they
on that.
they they already planting the seeds for it. They planted the seeds too many times. They still planting the seeds. But that's on NXT. But I think Melo will come up and join Bobby Lashley. They have been talking with him. They teased it in NXT. Said, I I talked to the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley earlier and all that good stuff. So that was on NXT, and they can't. He gonna come up, man. He gonna join them. I'm not for sure Trick Williams gonna join them. I think Trick Williams gonna be exiled, and Carmelo gonna come up and join them too.
Okay,
So they will have a 4-man fashion.
okay. So
Yeah,
SmackDown, does get the point in the stick because, of course, Raw is WWE's baby, is their preference. So good on
yeah,
SmackDown for having John Cena be there over the next few weeks to give them more star power, and
yeah,
also kudos for them to bring in AJ Styles back in the main event when he's belongs. He's been touring
yeah,
around
man,
for too long, so good
for
on them for
real.
that. So the tag match is coming. It's going to be AJ and John Cena teaming up to take on Solo and Jimmy. Who you had winning that
Right.
match? It was not going to be a fast lane. Who had winning that
Yeah,
match?
that's I believe John Cena and AJ gonna come out on top due to the fact Jimmy can't get his head on it, get his head straight. So I mean, it's only right though. You got to give my boy AJ a win. He done took like what 2 losses back to back.
No, he beat Jimmy Uso on 2 weeks ago.
Okay, he beat Jimmy. He lost against Solo at one time, right?
Yeah, he lost Solo, but he
Uh,
beat Jimmy.
okay. Yeah, man. They gonna that's gonna amplify AJ going for Roman Reigns at what Saudi Arabia. I think that's where they plan to fight at.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's only right to have AJ win, AJ and John Cena win. The seed already planted for John Cena versus Solo. So yeah,
yeah. I think I agree with you because like when Roman won the belt from Triple H back in 2016, WrestleMania 32, he faced AJ Styles in 2 title matches, and he hasn't faced AJ Styles in over 7 years. So
dang.
I guess it is time for to renew that rivalry. So that's why
Oh
they've been on
yeah,
opposite shows because they wrestled 2 times 2016. So now it's been 7.5 years. So I guess they now can renew
yeah, it
that
had
feud.
been a minute.
Yeah, 7 long years.
Oh man,
So so now we're going to pivot to the Women in the ladies division, I've already said Bianca Belair when she comes back from her vacation, she's gonna join the Her Business 2.0, give herself a new edge. So before we get to the title match between Io Sky and Asuka, I gotta give Bailey kudo points, because I know it isn't easy having to feud with Shotzi. I mean, I don't. I don't think Shotzi's a good wrestler. She's like as a character, I guess she's okay, but as a wrestler, she's not very good. So I give Bailey kudo points for not only having to wrestle her, but having to be afraid of her too. I know it's a good reason why Shotzi cut her hair, but yeah, I know Bailey's shaking her head like I have to put this woman on a weekly basis. I don't think very much of Shotzi, but what do you think of her?
They should have kept her in development center, you know. The shit they brought her up too fast. And I mean, don't get me wrong, she was an interesting character when she was in the tank, and they took away her tag team partner because that's what she thrived in, the tag team division. And they took away her tag team partner. Was it Aaliyah? Aaliyah, I think that was her partner. I'm not for sure, I can't remember. But that's what she thrived in, the tag team division. Once they separated her, they tried different tag team partners, but the only tag team partner that worked was the tag team partner she had in NXT. So yeah, man, this new Shotzi though, I can't get with it, man. She's supposed to be the Joker character, right? She comes out, she laugh a lot, and I'm like, okay, the only way to make this interesting if they go back to the comic books or the Joker and Batman and start recreating topics, different scenes and stuff like different acts of the comics and implement that into WWE. And I think that'll work, or maybe it'll be more interesting. I can say it'll be way more interesting since you want to play this Joker character. But the way they're doing it now, she just comes out and chase Bailey around. I don't like that. Then Bailey running. Nah, that ain't my baby. You know what I'm saying? So Bailey always accepts. I mean, Bailey a cheap shot. She'll run every now and then, but she'll only like trick you to coming in the ring while she roll out the ring and she laugh at you type. But chasing her around like that, man, I just I'm not with it.
I gotta give it to Bailey because when she first came up, and for the first few years, I'm like, I don't like seeing her unless she was with Sasha Banks. And then, like she had no character. Like Sasha Banks was her backbone. Oh, I really didn't like her, but Sasha Banks held her up. But slowly over time, of course, she had this little girl character. Slowly over time, she evolved. She evolved her
Right.
character. Like she evolved her work. And now here she is, coming up as a grown woman with her own stable, and I like her. She's down one of my favorite
Yeah.
women wrestlers. So to me, she's come a long way. And her having to be saddled with Shotzi is unfortunate. And I think the other way to salvage this feud with Shashi is to have them two wrestle in either a steel cage match that Bailey can't escape, or a false count anywhere match where they can fight all over the building. So they can get this feud once for all. Bailey can win, and Shotzi can go back to get more training, which she needs.
Right. That's what they need to do.
Yeah. And now let's get to the women's title match: Io Sky and Asuka. Now, like these two, it was alluded that they knew each other, and I read that they were in a stable together in Japan, so they know each other for years. And I'm
Hmm.
thinking, like these two women, Japanese women, all these Japanese, but they know each other. They team together, wrestle each other over there in Japan, so they know each other for years. So I'm
Right.
thinking the first time these two meet each other, it should be something special. It should be either Iron Man match, 2 out of 3 falls match. It should be something that because these two know each other so well. They've been like from Raw last year. They're building up these two finally meeting 1-on-1. So now it's come just a regular match. I think it should be more than that.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
if I did it, if I were booking these two, I would book like a 30 minute, a 45 minute Iron Man match between these two for the belt.
they do need a match like that though, because they both two competitors. Everybody been waiting on them to collide together. It's a long wait, so they should give us a decent match like that, special Iron Man match, because it give us time to see it give us a longer match. And
They should.
yeah, man,
Yeah,
they
but at
have been.
least, yeah, but
I'm gonna say they feud before in Japan. They have feud before. But this why everybody been waiting on this. You know.
at least they could main event the show at least, hopefully.
Right, right.
And
Or they need to do something special for them.
yeah, they do. Hopefully it's coming, but at least they could main event tonight. So I'm thinking, with SmackDown, I saw Wikipedia, Raw has a deep women's roster. SmackDown, of course, is as long because Raw is a longer show, but SmackDown to me seems used the same women over and over and over.
Yeah,
There's women on their roster we haven't seen for months. We haven't seen Tamina for months. The tag team that lost the belts to Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, I can't think of their names. Those two ladies haven't seen them for months.
Oh, you talking about Isla Dunn and Alba Fire.
Yes, those two. They
Yeah,
sitting around catering. So Tamina, those two, Lacey Evans had enough of it. She just left.
yeah,
Zelina
yeah,
Vega, Zelina Vega and mentioned at least they're on the show as managers, at least that. And I'm thinking
yeah,
of a few others who's on the show as well. Who's on the show as well? Who are really show? They show the same women. They show either Charlotte, Oscar, the Damage Control, Shotzi every now and then,
yeah,
and Bianca Belair when she wasn't out. So they need to freshen up the women scene to be on SmackDown.
yeah. They do, man. They really do because the women. I mean, they got a tight women division, and they got some good women who can wrestle. And I think that's what they're doing right now. NXT is trying to develop them because we get way more women wrestling in NXT. And they get a lot of more moments backstage. They get a lot of backstage promos. The women, they you show the women locker room. You see the extra women in the back just chatting up conversations. Yeah, man. I mean, they can actually bring up like Roxanne Perez. They can bring her up. If they want to, they can bring Electra Lopez and Lola. They can bring them up. Um, I mean, even Davenport is a good wrestler. I mean, she can hold her own. Like they put her in the tag team and took her out of tag team just because she can hold her own. You know, I mean, they got a lot of people they can bring up and add to the and spice it up, but they so low on the women division. It's pathetic. You know.
Yeah, it is. I think they need to bring over from Raw 2 or 3 ladies to help freshen up that SmackDown women scene. They can be
They do,
more than just
man.
they can be more than just dead bodies over there on Raw wrestling on main event. I see a main event the same lady wrestling on main event over there. They could be on SmackDown being useful over there.
They really can. Like, man, they bringing people up and not doing nothing with them is a big problem too. We ain't seen Candice LeRae do nothing. We ain't seen Indy Hartwell do nothing. They showed Caden Carter and Kiana Chance and put them in a squash match real quick. That was the last time we seen them. And yeah, man, they underutilizing the women division right now.
Yes, they are. Before we get out of here, can you tell the people how to reach out to you?
You can find me on YouTube, Main Event Fro. I'm on Facebook, Main Event Fro. Pretty much everything Main Event Fro. So I'm on Facebook. I'm on not Twitter. I'm on Twitter, but it's different name. Instagram, Main Event Fro. TikTok, Main Event Fro. And you can follow me on all those social networks. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And we out here. I go live like 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And on my lives, I put a link in the chat. Anybody is welcome to click the link, join up, and we can chop it up. You know what I'm saying? And also message me on any social media platform to be a special guest on my channel. Yeah, man. Come around. Come around to the main event.
All right. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, my 2 cents on it. Facebook, my name is Gerald and Brits. For my special guest, Main Event Fro, I am Gerald, aka my 2 cents on it. You all have a good day. Peace.
Yeah.